Sounds good.
We'll jump in. So, lessons for the week, or from the last time we caught up. Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll do mine for me and Joe because ours were the same last week. The reinterpretation of the world is the transfer of all perception to knowledge.
Hmm.
And if you can figure that out, let me know.
Can you read it again?
The reinterpretation of the world is the transfer of all perception to knowledge.
Mm.
I know that smile, Coralie.
Oh, we're just so much. Well, I had things about perception. Yeah, that's quite a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it
I could
is.
speak
Yeah.
to that, Linda, if you want me to.
Yes, please do.
I think it has to do more with when you align your perception will grow into knowledge when all you perceive is God everywhere.
Hmm.
And when you see God everywhere, it transforms from perception into the knowingness, which is knowledge. So I'm pretty sure that's what it means. If you notice that the Course in Miracles says the same thing over and over and over again in very clear and then very convoluted ways to help people sort of unravel the individual intellect of how we all think and perceive. So
Changing our thought patterns.
yours is exactly like mine, which was God can be perceived. All that is necessary is a willingness to perceive nothing else. So it's like perception then turns into knowledge when all I perceive is God in everything.
Yeah.
So maybe that helps.
It does. Thank you.
So mine was what I just read. I'm just going to stick to that for a long time because it's really assisting me in being able to activate that more in my coaching and in my daily life.
Mm.
So it's been really good. And V, I am going to do a training around the Course in Miracles and all the other stuff I've been studying spiritually for my whole life. I've decided
Fabulous.
I'm gonna step out and do that. I just spent 3 days with the woman who first brought me to Australia, Sue Harley. And she flew in from Colorado to do 3 days worth of breakthrough work with me. And she just kept reminding me of what I always taught and who I was in the past in my puppy years, and really supported that putting that one training together. She says, Gary, that's what you were always meant to do. And I'm like, I think she's right. So I'm going to put
Yes,
that together. So
awesome.
it's
I
going to
met
be,
Sue when you did your first online HNLP coaching course.
yeah, you met Sue
Yeah.
then.
Mm.
Yeah, long time ago.
Yes. 2020 or
Yeah.
21 or something.
Yeah,
But
long
you've known
time.
her for decades, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, 30 years.
Mm.
We've been friends for 30 years.
Mm.
Mm.
I love it when you say, Gary, I'm going to stick to this one for a long time, because I kind of feel like it's a challenge to actually, when the reading comes through and something else will pop up and it'll be really good too.
Hmm.
We'll, we'll see. The reason I love this one is because it's very actionable. It's not philosophical. It's like it's actionable, and I can put it into practice relatively easily, and that always returns me back to what I think the course it really is that one statement, just perceive God in all things. So, but yeah, I'm tempted. I'm seduced by other passages, that's for sure.
And I actually feel like I take ones now that I can turn into at least a question I can ask myself on how I've conducted myself for the day. So my lesson was your willingness to learn of him depends on your willingness to question everything you learn of yourself. And then I asked myself, what did I learn of myself that helped me learn of him when I do my
Yeah,
journaling every day? Pretty much every day.
that's a great question.
Yes. And I feel like I've been really positive the last, I don't know, probably at least month or so. And I'm going to be positive again. I do feel like it helps me find the joy in every situation that I contemplate. And and I think in doing that is how I'm finding God really in my day and connecting. Um, and I'm sure there's times I stuff up. There's definitely times I stuff up, but I just don't dwell on it anymore. It's like, well, if I don't learn from it, just leave it. Move on.
Yeah,
Life's too short.
good,
Mm, yeah.
good.
Mhm.
So definitely not beating myself up much anymore.
That's a relief. You retired the whip, did you?
Yes. I don't even use it on my horse. I don't. Anything I use on my horse is sweet potato.
I'm sure Rose is very happy about that.
She is. She's loving life too. My horse. Melissa, have you got anything that you want to share from the last time we caught up or no? Okay. We will start reading then.
Oh, Coralie, have you had yours?
Oh,
No,
sorry.
that's all right. So mine was the Bible tells you to become as little children. Little children recognize that they do not understand what they perceive, and so they ask what it means. And I went down all sorts of rabbit holes with this, and so I felt like I got like become as little children, which you could also say be in the present moment, sort of same thing, but that they um and so they ask what it means, and that I was just like, shit, it wasn't safe to ask when I was a little kid. That's like my
Yeah.
memories of asking is that wasn't a safe thing to do. So sort of also moving into another realm where I can ask. I can try and be like a child who can ask.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool, Coralie. I really like that. Hmm.
That feels like a big shift to be able
Yeah.
to.
Well, it's more like I'm being with the idea of it than
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
You get to
You need
play
an
with that.
idea to start with something, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I can still be childlike, whether I manage to ask or not.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Let me get the screen up. And we're on the last paragraph of this section, the condition of reality. So, Gary, would you like to start us off?
Sure. The perception of goodness is not knowledge, but the denial of the opposite of goodness enables you to recognize a condition in which opposites do not exist. And this is the condition of knowledge. Without this awareness, you've not met its condition. And until you do, you will not know it is yours already. You have made many ideas that you have placed between yourself and your creator, and these beliefs are the world as you perceive it. Truth is not absent here, but it is obscure. You do not know the difference between what you have made and what God created. So you do not know the difference between what you have made and what you have created. To believe that you can perceive the real world is to believe that you can know yourself. You can know God because it is His will to be known. The real world is all that the Holy Spirit has saved for you out of what you have made. And to perceive only this is salvation, because it is a recognition that reality is only what is true.
Just ask where we are because
Yeah, I think that was where we started the last week.
Was
Wow.
it?
I
Yeah,
did feel like
because
it was familiar.
yeah,
So,
so
I
we're
highlighted stuff after that.
right.
yeah, so
So,
we're
I
actually
I
on
went down to the bottom
probably
of that page,
so
which
do
is
you
the
think
question and
then that we
answer.
are in this section then?
we're in
Yes, we
section
are.
8 and the
Sorry.
last and number 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the other number 4. It
Well,
did
we
feel
must have
very
needed to
familiar,
hear
and
that
it's
other
like
one again.
deja
Mm.
vu.
But that
Yes.
was great reading, Gary. It was
Yeah.
really good, and we obviously needed to hear that again. So thank you.
That's
Yeah.
what I think.
Thank you.
Yes. I was looking at it
So are we
going,
on
oh,
number 4?
yes, we're on
Yeah.
number 4 in this section.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm happy to read it if you want me to, or someone else can read.
sure.
There you go.
Right.
Okay. No one can withhold truth except from himself. Yet God will not refuse you the answer he gave. Ask then for what is yours, but which you did not make, and do not defend yourself against truth. You made the problem God has answered. Ask yourself, therefore, but one simple question. Do I want the problem or do I want the answer? Decide for the answer and you will have it, for you will see it as it is, and it is yours already.
Oh my
Very
gosh, what a
convoluted.
question.
That's very convoluted.
I love that question. Do I want the problem or do I
I
want the
love the
answer?
question too.
The thing that really gets me about it is that it's not do you want the problem or the solution, and it's not do you want the question or the answer. Do you want the problem or the answer? We don't usually put them together.
No, true.
But it's kind of true. You know, most of us, we dwell and we dwell and we dwell on the problem. We
Mm,
try to resolve the problem with its opposite
mm,
rather than the answer of there really, in reality, there is no problem. Like
yeah.
there isn't a problem. I mean, there's conflict that we've made or that the ego's made or that we have fear of something. But in the ultimate scheme of how we approach life, it's like if there's this energy operating in our lives, you know, every moment of every breath, and our life is being guided, which I truly believe it is. I have enough evidence to that in my own life. And our life is being guided. And is there a problem in the future? Because most people think that there's a problem in the future, there's a problem from the past. But in the moment, if you only see the presence of the divine in all things, in all situations, in all kind of conflicts, there's a wisdom and there's a learning, then is there really a problem? So I would, you know, always vote for the answer, of course, but we do try to solve problems with solutions, which is then validating that there was ever a problem to begin with, and then
Mm.
making the problem real. I don't think I answered that or spoke about that any clearer than what this sentence does, but
No, it definitely feels clearer.
did that make any sense to you guys at all?
Oh, yes, that was very validating, and also makes it just the perfect thing. Do you want the problem or the answer?
My first thought when you were reading this, Gary, was also about the reincarnation principle that you talk about a lot, where we come to this planet, we come to Earth because we've desired something. And so,
Mhm.
you know, if we're desiring, you know, to look at famine or we want to be rich or, you know, we manifest our lives based on whatever we've come here to solve.
Mhm.
Is that the problem? And if we don't bother trying to solve the problem, but we look for the answer,
Yeah.
What happens next?
Mm.
But then we kind of get blissed out, I think.
Way too many questions happening.
Who'd
I
like
kind
to
of
read
feel like
number?
I kind of feel like
Go
that's
ahead.
what the last section was all about, was like being curious, you know, talking about the child always asking questions and yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
You ready for number 5 then, are we?
Yeah, but
Sure.
don't change it just yet. I'm being
Yeah,
seduced.
sure.
Thank
And
you.
Jane's here, but she's not I can't see her gorgeous face and I can't hear her gorgeous voice. So she's obviously just in the background. So but
Mm.
hi Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Oh, the camera doesn't work and I can't unmute.
Ah,
Bugger.
Oh, oh well,
Oh
you're here.
no. But we need your oh God, I can't even think of the word. We need your engagement, Jane.
we need you.
She'll be sending messages. We'll have to pay attention to messages then. Shall we move on to 5 then?
Yep.
Sure.
Okie
Do you
dokie.
mind if I read that one?
You go for it.
You may complain that this course is not sufficiently specific for you to understand and use, yet perhaps you have not done what it specifically advocates. This is not a course in the play of ideas, but in their practical application. Nothing could be more specific than to be told that if you ask, you will receive. The Holy Spirit will answer every specific problem as long as you believe that problems are specific. His answer is both many and one, as long as you believe that the one is many. You may be afraid of his specificity for fear of what you think it will demand of you. Yet only by asking will you learn that nothing of God demands anything of you. God gives, he does not take. When you refuse to ask, it is because you believe that asking is taking rather than sharing. Oh, that's quite a powerful little sentence on its own.
Mm.
Mm.
Doggone it. There's another one that's good.
Yeah.
Mm,
This one's got a bit of gold in it.
Mm.
yeah, lots of gold.
Oof.
Is it because
Glenn.
it's so specific that it's, I mean, that's exactly what it's saying, isn't it? That this is
Yeah.
specifically how it works. And our brains are going, hang on a minute, we're meant to be deciphering this. Why can't we decipher this one?
The sentence, his answer is both many and one, as long as you believe that the one is many. Is that talking about separation, you think? Because we try to separate everybody and everything.
Mm.
Can you read that
I
again?
took
His answer is both many and one, as long as you believe that the one is many. Jane, you've sorted out your IT issues. Well done, girl.
Yay! Welcome, Jane.
Thank you. It was killing me. Anyways, it's great to see everyone, but it's good to be seen, as the old adage goes.
Yeah.
So, in response to what you were asking, V, so
Yes.
his answer is both many and one, as long as you believe that the one is many. So, is it because we are just wanting one answer? We don't stop to think there could be many tied in with his many and one answers? His with a capital of H, of course.
Mm.
Well, the way I'm reading it is his answer has to be many, but it's only one message. Because if you notice, A Course in Miracles says the same thing in many varieties of ways. So he's answering in many, many variety of ways, but the message is one.
Mm.
And I think that's what it means.
Okay, yeah. Because as long as you believe that the one is many, you need lots of answers. But if
Yeah.
you believe that there is only one, then you only need the one answer.
The entire Course in Miracles can be written in one paragraph. It can. It can be written in one paragraph.
Mm.
But because our minds are so different, and because our perceptions are so different, and our beliefs are skewed to the right and the left in so many different ways, the book is this thick, 10-point font, to give many, many answers, but say the exact same thing.
Well, isn't the answer always that the only thing that's missing is love? The answer is always love.
There's the Course of Miracles right there.
Yeah.
It is. That's the one thing. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I also took it with the one and the many being like how things, when they're true on the micro scale and on the macro scale. So that's true for one person and it's true for all people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little tug on my heartstrings from that sentence. You may be afraid of his specificity for fear of what you think it will demand of you, because I think we hold back a lot because we think it's going to hurt, or we think we have been hurt, or so we hold back. But the holding back is what is hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Lack of
quite
love for
right, Amy.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Our perception of not being loved, or not being worthy. Yeah.
It's sort of like, why then is everyone chasing something, looking for more, looking to fill? Not it's not enough. I'm not enough. You're not enough, and on and on and on.
Is that lost purpose?
It kind of feels like we're filling a hole that doesn't actually exist. We're trying to fill a hole within ourselves, but the hole doesn't actually exist.
Yeah,
If we
I
heal
agree.
that, if we heal that within ourselves and just love ourselves, then we don't need to find all this external stuff to make it better.
Yeah, because it's our belief system tells us. Our belief system drives the bus. Whatever you believe is so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Hmm.
That's cool. Shall we move on to number 6? You ready?
Sure.
Who wants to read that one? It's a nice short one. Go, Coralie.
The Holy Spirit will give you only what is yours and will take nothing in return. For what is yours is everything, and you share it with God. That is its reality. Would the Holy Spirit, who wills only to restore, be capable of misinterpreting the question you must ask to learn his answer? You have heard the answer, but you have misunderstood the question. You believe that to ask for guidance of the Holy Spirit is to ask for deprivation.
Ooh.
Please explain
Yeah.
that last sentence.
Does that last sentence make any sense to anyone? It doesn't to me. Or at least the way it's worded.
Mm.
I mean, we're all familiar with it's almost like, men get a bad rap because they don't want to ask for directions because they feel, well, I should know. If not, I'm in a deprived state. Well, I get that, but is that what it's talking about? That
I
if I
think
ask,
we probably have to read the next paragraph to kind of get that.
you're
Because
probably right.
I don't get that. You
Yeah.
believe that to ask the guidance of the Holy Spirit is to ask for deprivation.
No.
And
But sometimes the
misinterpret the
course
question.
says things that are so shocking, you think, what are they talking about? Just to get
Right.
you to go on,
Right.
like bait.
Fishing.
Well, we're taking the bait, aren't we?
Yes, we
Yes.
are.
We're little fishies. Who wants to read it then?
I'll read.
Sure.
Okay.
Little child of God, you do not understand your Father. You believe in a world that takes because you believe that you can get by taking. Oh, wow. And by that perception, you have lost sight of the real world. You are afraid of the world as you see it. But the real world is still yours for the asking. Do not deny it to yourself, for it can only free you. Nothing of God will enslave his Son, whom he created free and whose freedom is protected by his being. Blessed are you who are willing to ask the truth of God without fear, for only this can you learn that his answer is the release from fear.
So the last sentence says, "Blessed are you who are willing to ask the truth of God without fear, for only thus you can learn that his answer is the release from fear." So my question is, what do we collectively think is what do we think that the asking of truth of God without fear actually is? Like, what do we think that request would look like? Any
What if
ideas?
we
Like it
if we're
says, "Blessed are
asking God
you
for love?
who are willing to ask the truth of God without fear, for only thus can you learn that his answer is released from fear."
Well, you have to be in a state of abundance and joy and love in order to ask any question and to not be in the clutches of fear.
I'm gonna add another perspective to what you said, Jane. Sometimes that's when we do ask God for freedom from fear because we are suffering so much from it.
Okay,
And
yeah.
sometimes that's when we really request and cry out and call out because we're
Mm.
so tired of being in the state of fear. But I'm not so sure that what I just said is accurate.
Well, as you said, well, what would that look like?
Yeah,
Well,
what is the truth that we would be requested to ask God
right.
of?
Yeah.
Like the only thing I can think of is, to let me see you in all things, to let me be an extension of you in life.
Mm.
That would be something, that would be, one statement I wrote up here, God is dependent on you as you are on him. So if that was the truth, and if we ask to be that extension and ask to be able to perceive God in all things, would that be the truth that we wanted to have? Because we wouldn't have fear then.
Right.
Because the answering of that would be the release from fear, because all we would see is the divine in all things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming back to that picture of how we're trying to fill ourselves. If we're trying to fill ourselves externally, we're perceiving that we have something within ourselves that needs filling, a hole that needs filling. And I'm kind of having a little bit of a image now of like, if we can see ourselves as whole, that's when we can ask the question. And we don't even need to ask the question then because we're whole and we're already filled with God or love.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to answer our own question.
Mm.
We're asking the right question.
Does anyone else think that we're so down on either ourselves and others and life and fearful and so on that the seriousness that we walk through life is so thick. And really, to me, I think that love and fun are go hand in hand. To to really feel the joy and the gaiety and it's like, why not? I mean, like, let's laugh. Let's be creative. Let the creative juices flow. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? Well, just choose it and be it because you got it. and it's like, don't be so serious. Oh, I'm gonna fail. Oh, Christ. I mean, it's just like I don't know. I guess I'm kind of fed up with, you know, how all of our lives, mine included, that seriousness. And as I get older, it's like, I'm sick of this seriousness, really sick of it. I want to laugh. I want to put my arm around people and say, let's sing a song.
Sold. I'm with you, Jane.
Let's do it.
And guess what? Guess what? You're looking at someone who doesn't and hasn't and never will do drugs and alcohol. No, I wouldn't dream. To me, that is like, I sound like I sound like, well, geez, like, is your pleasure seeking kind of out of whack? Are you going to have to pop a pill if you can't have fun? It's like, oh God, no. I wouldn't dream of numbing myself. So, and I don't know, Gary, what do the scientists say, about our brains and about the pleasure centers are just alive and well.
I think I can only speak from my own experience. I am not a naturally happy, joyful person. I work on it,
Okay.
and I pride myself that I'm not, actually. I
Okay.
do. It's like, it takes me a while to get joyful. It takes some work for me to be joyful. Robert brings an intense amount of joy to my life because he's absolutely the exact divine opposite of me. He wakes up dancing out of bed, and I'm like, oh, how do you do that? Right? He's just always glad to have another day. And but I I keep thinking, and this could be a very large limiting belief in my world, of that reaching this state of awareness. It doesn't take suffering, but it seems like it takes work to turn the mind away from worry, separation, um, anticipatory anxiety about the future. All of those things, my mind, at least my mind, is wired to go there first. It's not wired, it's wired for protection. Our brains are literally wired for protection. So when I look at uncertainty out in the future, I'll go into anticipatory anxiety, not deeply, not like crippling or anything like that, but just like, oh shit, what if that happens? Then which road would I turn? Would I go right or left or make a U-turn or go straight forward? Don't know. If I move there, is there enough water? Will there be farms around for food? I go to all those things. I don't stay there long, but I'll go there and consider them. I don't think doing risk assessments are bad. I think that in order to quiet down the ego and the perception that I'm separate from God, if I don't do that, I can't get to the perception that I'm one with God and everything's going to be fine. Because as soon as my mind clicks there, I'm already in cortisol and adrenaline dumping down into my nervous system. So I have to work my way back. Does anyone else have that issue? Or am I the only one?
Sometimes.
You are not alone. That is for sure. You are not alone.
So when I have to work my way back from that. I just can't wake up, look out at my world and go, one with God, there's nothing to worry about. I am one and I'm in the creator right now. And I'm just extending that flow and everything's heavenly. I work to get there. I can get there, but it takes work for me. So that's what happens because the brain is so hardwired for protection until we retrain it that it doesn't require that. Now,
Hmm.
personally, V, I think you have one of the most idyllic lives that I know, just because you get to bond with horses often. You live in Nanop, which is like a little slice of the inner realms on Earth. You know, I think it is, anyways. So, and yes, we all have our burdens to bear and our perceptions to overcome. But like Jane, I would love to be able to just be joyful all the time and laugh and sing with friends and just do my best to celebrate. Yeah, I one of the things that happens for me is I'm such an empath. I feel other people's stuff,
Hmm.
and I have to separate myself from all of that before I can get into what's actually really true. So for me, I have to waddle through the emotions that aren't mine, that are around me, to where I can center in on just me. I'll say this to you guys. If you're like that, the only thing that has really, really helped me is dedicated time to connect to God on a daily basis before I step into the world. If I
Mm.
don't do that, it takes a long time for me to recover myself. So I that's just my input on this sentence.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well,
My,
I'm,
go, Carly.
I'm still curious though. What are we asking God for? Blessed are you who are willing to ask the truth of God without fear.
what if we are willing to ask for God to love us, if that's another wording of it, to ask for the truth, which is love, and without fear, which is the opposite of love, well,
Well, that question
absence of
presupposes that there's a
love.
possibility that God doesn't love us.
No, no, because you could ask, and the answer can always be yes, and can always be I always have and always will.
What if we asked, show me the grace to be aware of your love for me every moment?
Mm. Love that.
So that may be what that could boil down to for me, maybe not anybody else, but thanks for saying that, Corley, because that made my mind think.
And it also goes into the course in a paragraph.
I'm writing as we speak.
Good. I was thinking, and I have actually written this out from the Course in Miracles, and it's my bookmark in the physical book. It's my favorite thing that it's ever said. Do not allow yourself to suffer from imagining results of what is not true. I just love that one. And I think because it's my bookmark and I see it all the time now, I think that's the reason I don't worry so much. There are
Yeah.
occasions I do when things are like up in the air and I'm not sure how it's all going to land, but it always lands okay. It always lands how it's supposed to.
It
But there's still
Always.
always
those
does.
moments, but it's just temporary.
Yeah. And it always lands how it's meant to land.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
often
And I
thought,
think, and Gary,
go ahead.
definitely you do need to think of, is there going to be water and is there going to be the infrastructure? You do need to think of these things,
Absolutely. Yeah,
but they don't
absolutely.
need to be worrisome.
No, it's just when I decide where I'm going or where I'm going to live, there's certain criteria that I go through to make sure that
Yeah,
it's
sure.
viable. So
Mhm.
it's not really
Hmm.
a worry, it's an evaluation.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's
You know,
discernment.
I just had a kind of a mini epiphany. I think that because I started off in my young life with always being supported, I never worried about where my next meal or my next anything. I and I continue to live in that. But I think it helps when you are born into that. I had
It
parents
does.
that I knew they were going to take care of me. Like I didn't mean that I wasn't neurotic here and there, because I was. Um, but yeah, I think that really helps to put you on your path. And so thank you for. I'm glad to come to that,
Mm.
verify that.
I think it's timely as well that we're talking little child of God. I don't know if I've seen it stated like that before. And we're talking about being, asking questions and, you know, going back to childhood, to moments when we felt safe. And even, like, I know, Gary, your childhood was very rough and mine wasn't perfect, but it's almost, I remember it was some conversation talking about envisioning and actually being in the state that you want to be in. Okay, so I want to have a mansion, or I want to have this, or I want to have that. And if you've never experienced that, how do you create that? And somehow with our incredible creative ability, we should be able to do that. We can do that.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm a firm believer in it.
Mm.
And I have, I've created more than anyone in my family system has ever created, and and I've done more than anyone in my family's ever done. And I think the bottom line is that, it's exactly what as Jane and I were sharing with each other, what really did come to me is just show me the grace that I'm aware of your love for me always. And that
Mm,
when you think about what else is there to ask God for, just allow me to see your love for me everywhere.
mm,
And that, and then allow me to be the extension of that out in the world.
Mhm.
That seems like a full circle, supplication to God for something selfless as far as awareness, and then an action to complete that circle, to be an extension of that to others. That seems very complete, like a
Mm.
circle.
From the
And
abstract to
I bring this up a fair amount, really, what Joe said months ago. I'm God having a human experience. I
Hmm.
mean,
mhm,
it's you know, when he first talked about it, it's like, oh, that's really cool. And I didn't pay much heed to it. But the more that we go along in this course, that becomes so much more apparent now. It's like, well, do I actually need to ask for anything, or should I just be feeling like I am God having a human experience without all that ego crap and what have you going on in the
mm,
background? You know,
mhm,
is it a
mhm.
complication having to ask a question? Trying to think of the right question, the right way to ask, or I don't know. It's just the conversation's just sort of opened up this other little pathway in my brain. So I'm going down a
Mm.
little wormhole as Coralie has done
Yeah,
this last week. So,
yeah,
I
yeah.
say follow
Uh,
that wormhole, Linda.
hmm,
Yeah, I do too.
hmm.
Report back and let us know what it was like to be God.
Because we know that she's glorious.
I don't have my halo this week, but last week you saw it, right? You all saw it.
Oh,
Oh no, I
it's
saw a few little horns poking out behind the halo.
They're always there, Gary. Always there.
You're a cheeky little bugger, Linda.
Yeah, that's it. That's my inner child having a play every day.
Right, I want to squeeze in number 8 before we finish today, and I'll read that one. I think it's about my go. Beautiful child of God, you are asking only for what I promised you. Do you believe I would deceive you? The kingdom of heaven is within you. Believe that the truth is in me, for I know that it is in you. God's sons have nothing they do not share. Ask for truth of any son of God, and you have asked it of me. Not one of us but has the answer in him to give to anyone who asks it of him. It was all great until that last sentence.
Yeah.
No. What does that sentence mean? It's so convoluted. Not one of us, but has the answer in him. So the but negates what came before it, but has the answer in him to give anyone who asks it of him.
Too many negatives in there. That's the problem.
I know.
So do we all have the answer?
I think that's what it's ultimately saying, Coralie.
Yes.
Phew.
Oh. It's going to be hard to pick just one thing out of all that today for a lesson.
I agree.
Well, I've crossed out, I've actually found the one that I am going to use this week, but I've crossed out 3 different others that I was going to do. So you're right, it has been a difficult decision.
I'm
not going to confuse.
the first one.
Well, I'm not going to confuse the issue by going, oh, well, I'll just take all 4, because that would just be a bloody paragraph in itself. So, but no, I think this one sums it all up anyway. Good choice reading, number 8.
Mm. All right, I've picked one. Blessed are you who are willing to ask the truth of God without fear, for only thus can you learn that his answer is the release from fear.
Mm.
I
Nice.
think it's going to be a big one.
Mine's going to be what I came up with in conversation with Jane. Please show me the grace so I am aware of your love for me always.
That is
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really
I'm going to add
beautiful.
one thing. Always and in all things.
Mm.
Well, mine is the kingdom of heaven is within you and me.
Beautiful. Coralie.
A tough one.
Mm.
I was, just around when we read 8 and Linda reminded us of Joe's thing, I'm God having a human experience. If I put that together with beautiful child of God, you are asking only for what I promised you, and sort of feel that, think that at other people. I'll see. I'll let you know how it goes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Mm. Melissa, do you have anything you want to share? Or... You're on mute. If you're, is that okay?
Oh, sorry
Laura,
about that. My phone's
That's
acting
okay.
up.
Technology.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I know,
worries.
yeah.
That's all right.
I'm still just trying to understand everything. So
Yeah,
I'm just over here trying to, follow along
sure.
and try and understand. So I'm getting there.
It's it's pretty hard to come in this far, and we haven't, after how many, we're doing this for about 3 years, and we're up to page 212. So,
3
Yeah.
years. Mm.
Yeah.
And
It
we
takes
were
some
all
time.
like that right at the beginning anyway, Melissa. It's like, well, what is it that we're meant to be saying? What is it that we've taken from it? All that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. And we hadn't met before either, so welcome to the group. It's lovely to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
There are recordings of pretty much all of the lessons that we've done. So you can look back on YouTube for those if you want the link
Yeah,
for
I
that.
will. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, Joe sent it to me a couple times.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah.
I think it'd be fun to go have a look back at what we were doing
What's
3
that?
years ago,
Yeah.
where we are now.
So my lesson for the week
Thing to say.
is believe that the truth is in me, for I know that it is in you. I love that. It's really
Beautiful.
Cool. All right. I will see you tomorrow, Gary, for your 5-day challenge introduction.
Yeah, the pre-launch training's tomorrow night, so I am looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, and I'm really looking forward to the 5-day because I'm curious what's going to come out of my mouth. I have all the days figured out and what I'm going to do in the manuals and PowerPoints written, but I know I won't stick to it. So
I know. I love your
we'll go into
workshops.
processes that will be different than what I think I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm
Doing
excited to do
workshops.
it. I really am.
Your workshops, we'd get a manual and we'd hardly refer to it. Occasionally
Sometimes
we'd
you wouldn't
just
even
go back
open
and
till we were
discuss this.
halfway through the training.
that's
I'm
funny.
not joking. I get in front of a room and all this stuff starts coming through me, and I'm just like, this is where we're supposed to go. And we go. So it's
Is
fun.
it possible to get some information on that, V? You send that through?
Yes. Is it too late to join, Gary?
No. You can still join, Linda.
I'll see if I can
Really? I'd like to
find-
join.
I'll see if I
Yeah.
can find the initial. Oh, Gary, have you got everyone's email? Would you like to send it out again, or should I try and
I
find?
don't think I have everyone's
Blaze does
email.
it.
If you want to send
Yep.
it off to me,
Yeah.
or Blaze, you could just send. No, it would be better to come to me, and then I'll send that off to Blaze, and have her send out the information.
Okie dokie. That's probably best because otherwise I might be sending out the wrong things. There's lots of stuff there.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
Well, what time is it tomorrow?
It starts at 6:30 Central Time.
so
Okay,
half an hour earlier than
great.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
And this is just the pre-launch training. And then the 5-day starts on the following Monday. So that would be, we start on the 9th. And it's every night from the 9th to the 13th. It's all week. We meet at
Yep.
6:30.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Cool.
Yep.
Good.
So, who would like, hands up, who wants to try? Okay. So, have you got Gary's email address?
I have Gary's.
Okay. Linda, do you have?
I'm not sure that I do.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll send it to you. All right.
Good.
Lovely.
And then just email me, do it tonight, and then I'll shoot that off to my my assistant, and she'll get the information off to you.
Okay. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yay.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see you
So nice to
all
see you.
later.
Be well, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.